Taylor here with Agri Drones. Let's take a deep dive into the battery and charging systems on the DJI Agri T50, the XAG P100 Pro, and the newcomer to the US market, the EAVision J100. Now, why are battery and charging systems important on spray drones? Because you interact with them a lot. Every 4, 5, 6 minutes or so, you are changing that battery, powering that battery up, charging that battery, cycling a battery set, essentially. Now, this can differ from how you operate, but you are rapidly changing batteries every 4 to 7 minutes between all of these platforms. Not only that, but you're transporting all that stuff from field to field. It's not like your ground rig where you hop in your John Deere sprayer and you go to the field and that's all you need. You need a lot of stuff with a spray drone. So simplifying what you need and simplifying the process of getting it in, getting it out, charging it, replacing it, that is incredibly important. So let's look at each of these systems and I'll look at some pros and cons. All right, so first off, on the XAG P100 Pro, the first thing we're going to notice is we have 2 battery slots and we have 2 batteries. It does need 2 batteries to operate. Now this does provide a bit of redundancy. However, I've never seen a battery on the DJI cause a crash because of it just failing in the air. So redundancy is kind of, in my opinion, less important as far as number of batteries. More so, this means that it's 2 hands or it's somehow holding it like that and then carrying your spray nozzle. Because typically whenever you're filling a drone and replacing batteries at the same time, you've got nozzle in one hand, batteries in the other, walking over to go fill the drone. So a bit more cumbersome. All right, we'll start at the charger and then I'll show you how they go into the battery or the drone. So this is the charger for the XAG and this is the cooling system. So the charger has 2 cords on it because there are 2 batteries to charge. We wind those around, clip them in to both sides. And make sure your cords aren't tangled up. There we go. And then you plug in power on this side of the charger to your generator. Now, if you want to use the cooling feature on the XAG, you need about 3 or 4 gallons of water because these batteries in the XAG, they cool in water. The cells are separated and they have a shell around them. So you fill this with water, you dunk your batteries in, and they charge sitting in water. This works really good for about an hour. Whenever you're spraying fungicide on corn, in most parts of the country, it's usually between 85 and 95 degrees. So that water has an ambient temperature of 85, 95 degrees. The batteries come out of the drone are going to have a temperature over 100, usually between 100 and 130. How long is that water going to stay at 85, 95 degrees? Not very long. It's not like a radiator on a car. It's not cooling the water and replacing that with cool water. It's just stagnant water. So this is where we see on the water system, not just is it cumbersome to move from field to field, but you do lose efficiency and have to replace that water with new cool water. And if you don't use water, you have to put your hand on it. There we go, because it's very light without water. All right, 2 batteries going into the drone, and they click in. You want to make sure you hear that click. There's a 1 click, there's another click, and they stay in there. Now, another key thing to note is whenever you're using 2 batteries in one drone, DJI has drones like this. The Matrice series has batteries that use 2 in 1 drone. You need to make sure they're both very similar in charge level, because if one is lower in charge level, that means lower in voltage. And because these are running in parallel, then they need to be the same or very similar voltage, or it's going to cause problems where you're pulling a lot of power from one battery to actually charge the other battery, not just send it to the motors. So this is why we have these batteries labeled on the XAG. These are C batteries. You operate with a set of at least 3 sets or 4 sets. That means 6 or 8 batteries. You want to make sure that you label them so that you're using the same 2 batteries in the drone each time. Moving over to the DJI system, It does just have one battery. Here's the battery. This battery is 30,000 milliamps. The XAG was 40,000 milliamps because there's two 20,000 milliamp battery. So 30,000 milliamps on this battery. We do have cooling slots right here for air. This is essentially a heat sink. So your cells of your battery are right here underneath this housing. And then this heat sink sits on top of your cells. Heat should draw up from those cells. And then if you blow air through here, it should cool your cells down. Here is the charger. This is the C10,000 charger. There are two different styles of chargers. It does just have one cord because there is just one battery. You plug it in right here. This is a proprietary plug, however, so you can't just get a plug off the shelf. You do have to have a DJI style plug. It hooks up pretty simple, just like that. You want to make sure you push it back because this same plug operates your fan. You've got fans inside of your cooling station here. So whenever you insert a battery, it's going to detect there's a battery in there, and it's going to run those fans and blow air through those heat sinks right there. The problem is you only have about an inch or less in vertical depth of the heat sink, and so it's not drawing all of the heat out of the battery, of course. Air movement is a bit more efficient as far as longevity throughout the day because you're blowing the same air through it. It's not getting hotter necessarily as it gets hotter outside. It's more efficient at cooling the batteries and more repeatable, but because you only have about an inch in vertical on those slots, it's not as efficient as the EAVision J100. So this is the EAVision J100 battery. It is 29,000 milliamps. This battery weighs about 3 pounds less than the DJI T50 battery, and there is just one battery. This is it. If you look here, if I can get the light just right, you can see through each of these cells. So each of these right here are individual cells on this battery, and it is hollow between these cells, meaning instead of just one heat sink at the top, the entire thing is a heat sink. Air can blow between each of these cells and cool them down. Not only that, this is the only battery out of all three of these drones that is modular and repairable. You can repair anything on this battery. Now, spray drones have gotten to the point where they are pretty easy to work on and repair, but we've never had a battery from XAG or DJI that's ever been fully repairable. Why do you want a repairable battery on your spray drone? Like I said, this goes in and out of these drones about 100 times a day, or sometimes more. Every 4 minutes, you are pulling this battery in and out of the drone and in and out of the charger. These pins right here, they're going to wear out eventually, or they're going to get bent. So if you don't have a repairable battery, how do you repair those pins? You don't. Until the EAVision J100. The top, the board, the pins, this is huge. This is huge, meaning that your battery costs in terms of replacing your battery goes way down. All right, so the other thing we see on the EAVision J100 is we have one battery, but we have two separate sets of terminals. Right here we have negative, right here we have positive, and right here on the battery, we have positive and negative. This terminal over here is negative, this terminal over here is positive, meaning that on both the charger and the drone, if you spill chemical or water on one side or the other side, or both sides for that matter, and you plug a battery into it, it's not going to arc across from positive to negative because they're separated. Not only that, but we have more pins here and more points of contact on both positive and negative than either the XAG or the DJI, meaning that transfer of power from battery to motor happens much more efficiently. So here's the cooling station for the EA. I say cooling station, but it's not just a cooling station. This looks very similar to the DJI cooling station. However, right down here, that is your charger. It is one solid unit. There you see our cords plugged in. These cords go to your generator, just like on any of these drones. This is going to be a 9,000 watt charger just like we're going to have with both of these. It's going to charge this essentially the same time it takes to use that battery, but it's one unit. We don't have to plug anything in. This is it. We take this, put it on the truck, and that's all we need. Plug this in into our generator and you're done. And it pulls out very easily. Because it's heavy, because you have your charger mounted on the bottom, it goes in and out very easily. Maybe thinking to yourself, what happens if I accidentally turn this around? Do I put the negative side on the positive side? Well, I'll show you. I'm gonna slide this thing in. Now if you can see it from your angle, it doesn't touch the contacts. Because of these alignment pins right here, the battery will not get down to the contacts if you reverse it. Again, very simple design. All right, on the drone itself, here we go. Positive here, negative here. That's it. And that's it. There's no clip. Why do you need a clip whenever you have two terminals on either side and the battery itself, the weight of the battery holds it in there? You know, unless you're flying upside down, this battery is not going to come out, which makes replacing it and switching it just that much easier. It seems like such a little thing. It seems like such a small thing. All of these things that EA has done seem so small that why does it matter? Well, whenever you're a spray drone operator and you do this literally thousands of times throughout the course of 2 seasons or 3 seasons, it gets old and you may forget things. Or you just want to, you can shave off 10 seconds here, 15 seconds there. If you can make things more redundant, if you can have a system that you can replace a terminal block in 2 minutes versus 2 hours, all of that adds to efficiency and adds to reduced costs and making more money and more efficiency with your spray drone. If you guys want to see more of the J100, if you want to see a demo for yourself, give us a call. Let us know. Thanks.